Alright, so I've been sick. I gotta catch up on some stuff. This came out about a week ago. This is on bountyintocomics.com. Sam Maggs objects to lack of lead writer credit for Ratchet and Clank. A Rift Apart lead writer reveals Rivet is canonically a lesbian. The short story is that there's this character. This is her right here. She's a female Lombax. She's a Rivet. Her name's Rivet. There was talk about they were going to name her Ratchet, and they went through some other stuff, Gadget, and all that other crap. But anyway, they ended up settling on Rivet. Well, Sam Maggs, former The Mary Sue writer, that right there tells you, run. She's an idiot. You're not going to learn anything from her, except how to be a stupid moron. She recently objected to her lack of credit for serving as a lead writer on Ratchet & Clank: A Rift Apart. And in the story, I'll link to the article here in the description box, but basically, IGN published a report about Insomniac lead designer Mark Stewart's recent GDC talk, wherein he discussed how the Rivet got her name. And then it goes on, and then basically Sam complains that she didn't receive credit for it, and she gets more and more, heated on Twitter, basically. It's pretty upsetting and frankly offensive that they never once mentioned me, given I was the lead writer and responsible for a ton of this development. And then, she's talking about, sucks to have my work erased, and blah, 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 and stuff. And, I spent a year and a half of my life to it in creating Rivet's personality from scratch. I worked my ass off on this game for a long time, and it's misogynistic erasure like this that makes my blood boil. And she goes on and on and on, and just keeps going, and keeps going. Here's somebody on Twitter basically has screenshotted some of the stuff. Let's not even mention the fights I had to get into in the email. I just had to explain why we should take the boobs and make off of Rivet. At one point, my CD yelled at me in front of the whole office because I kept saying Lombax titties very loudly in the office whenever anyone would bring up Rivet's design, and it made people uncomfortable. And it speaks to a broader issue of game as being entirely erased, but all that kind of shit. Now, here's what the concept art was for Rivet. Do you see Lombax titties? This is the only one that I see that even has Lombax titties. The others you could barely tell. So it's like, what? This stupid idiot, what the hell are you talking about? But then, here's another little piece. I'll wrap up with this real quick, because, like I said, this article here from Bounty in the Comics is very long. So you can read it if you want. Here's let's not even mention the fights and all that kind of stuff. The boobs and makeup, that's that same one. But then she follows that up a half hour later. Also, Rivet is canonically a lesbian. So you had problems with this, character taking on the female human characteristics, boobs and makeup and all that stuff. But also at the same time, you're going to define her by a human, but basically in human terms. She's a lesbian. So it's, she doesn't have boobs and makeup and all that, but she is a lesbian. Like, you hypocritical, stupid ass. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I don't want to make a video too long because this is kind of older news. I don't know if anybody happened to see anything about it, but once again, you're just exposing yourself to be a complete freaking moron. But no surprise, Sam Maggs is an idiot. If you see her name in the credits for anything, just don't even get your hopes up for it. Like the KOTOR remake, it's probably going to be shit. But anyway, I'll wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.